When do I feel most insecure in our relationship, and how can you help? This is a question that can feel so heavy, so loaded, but honestly, it's one of the most important questions you can ask someone you love. It's an invitation, a doorway into understanding each other on a much deeper level. And if you're the one being asked, it's a chance to be vulnerable and build a stronger foundation of trust. So today, let's unpack this together. We'll explore where these feelings of insecurity come from and, more importantly, discover real, practical ways we can support our partners and feel more secure ourselves. First things first, let's normalize this feeling. Insecurity is a totally human emotion. It doesn't mean your relationship is broken or that you're not good enough. It's often a little alarm bell, signaling that a need isn't being met or an old wound has been touched. Maybe it's a fear of being left, a fear of not being valued, or a fear of being misunderstood. For many of us, these insecurities have roots that go way back, long before our current relationship even started. Past experiences, childhood dynamics, they all shape how we show up in our partnerships today. So, when your partner expresses insecurity, the first step is to listen without judgment. It's not an attack on you, it's a glimpse into their inner world. So, let's get into some common scenarios. A big one for a lot of people is when there's a sudden change in communication patterns. You used to text all day, and now the replies are slow. You used to have long, deep conversations, and now it feels like you're just coexisting. This change can trigger a fear of disconnection. It makes you wonder, are they losing interest? Did I do something wrong? Is someone else getting their attention? The story our mind creates in these moments of silence can be incredibly powerful and often incredibly painful. So, how can you help if your partner is feeling this way? The answer is reassurance and clarity. You could say something like, "Hey, I've noticed I've been a bit distant lately. Work has been absolutely crazy, and I've been really drained. It has nothing to do with you or how I feel about you. I miss our talks, and I want to make time for us. How about we set aside some time this weekend, just you and me?" This simple act of acknowledging the change, providing a reason, and reaffirming your commitment can completely diffuse the anxiety. It shows you're aware, you care, and you're actively working to maintain the connection. It's not about over-explaining every little thing, but about recognizing when a shift in your behavior might be impacting the person you love and offering them the security of an explanation. Another huge trigger for insecurity is comparison, and in the age of social media, this is on another level. Seeing your partner like or comment on photos of other attractive people, or hearing them talk about an ex in what seems like a glowing way, can send you into a spiral. It taps right into that core fear of, am I not enough? Am I not as attractive, as funny, as successful as them? It feels like you're being measured against a phantom competitor, and it's a game you can never win because it's happening entirely in your head. Your imagination fills in the gaps, and suddenly, a simple like on Instagram becomes a full-blown emotional affair in your mind. If you're the one feeling this, it's so important to communicate it without accusation. Instead of saying, "Why are you always looking at other people?" you could try, "Hey, I know this might sound silly, but when I see you engaging a lot with so-and-so's posts, it makes me feel a little insecure. It just brings up some of my own stuff." This opens a door for a conversation, not a fight. And if you're on the receiving end, resist the urge to get defensive. Don't say, "It's just like you're overreacting." Instead, validate their feeling. "Thank you for telling me that. I can see why that would make you feel that way. I want you to know you are the only one I want. Let me be more mindful of how my actions might look from your perspective." It's about showing them that their feelings, even if they seem irrational to you, are valid and matter to you. You can't control their insecurity, but you can definitely choose not to feed it. Let's talk about conflict. Arguments are normal, but how you argue can be a major source of insecurity. If disagreements often end with one person shutting down, giving the silent treatment, or threatening to leave, that creates a deep sense of instability. It teaches your partner that conflict is dangerous and that expressing a different opinion could lead to abandonment. This fear can cause them to bottle up their feelings, leading to resentment and even more distance down the road. Every argument feels like it could be the last, and that's an incredibly stressful way to live and love. You're constantly walking on eggshells, afraid to be your authentic self. The solution here is to learn how to fight fair. The goal of a disagreement in a healthy relationship isn't to win, it's to understand. You need to create a rulebook for your arguments. No name-calling, no threats of breaking up, and absolutely no silent treatment as a form of punishment. If you need space to cool down, communicate that. Say, "I am feeling really overwhelmed and I need to take a 30-minute break before we continue this conversation, but I promise we will come back to this. I'm not leaving you." This simple script changes everything. It offers the security of knowing that even when you're angry, you're still a team. It shows that you're committed to working through the problem, not running away from it. This builds a profound sense of safety, allowing both of you to express yourselves honestly without fear of the relationship crumbling. Another point is when your partner feels like they are not a priority. This can happen in so many ways. Maybe you're always on your phone when you're together. Maybe you consistently choose to hang out with friends over spending quality time with them. Or maybe you're so consumed by work or a hobby that they feel like an afterthought. It's not that you can't have other things in your life. Of course you can. But when your partner consistently feels like they're at the bottom of your to-do list, it can make them feel unimportant and unloved. It triggers the insecurity of, "Do I even matter to them?" How do you fix this? It's about being intentional with your time and attention. Put your phone away during dinner. Carve out dedicated us time in your schedule and protect that time fiercely. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It can be as simple as a 20-minute walk after dinner where you just talk about your day with no distractions. Verbally affirm their importance. Say things like, "Spending time with you is the best part of my day," or "I was thinking about you today." These small, consistent actions speak volumes. They send a clear message. You are my priority. You matter to me more than anything. It's about making your partner feel seen, heard, and cherished in the midst of a busy life. Finally, a lot of insecurity stems from a lack of transparency. Secrets, even small ones, can erode trust. If you're being vague about where you're going, who you're with, or if you're hiding your phone, your partner's mind is going to fill in the blanks with the worst-case scenarios. It's not necessarily that they think you're cheating. It's that the secrecy itself feels like a betrayal. It creates a dynamic of suspicion and anxiety. Honesty and transparency are the bedrock of a secure relationship. The antidote is to live an open life with your partner. This doesn't mean you have to report your every move, but it does mean being open and honest. Share your passwords, not because you don't trust each other, but as a symbol of having nothing to hide. Be open about your friendships and your plans. When you live with this level of transparency, there's no room for suspicion to grow. It communicates, "My life is an open book to you." There are no hidden chapters. This creates an incredible sense of peace and security. It allows both of you to relax and trust that you're on the same team, working together with total honesty. So, when your partner asks you how they can help with your insecurity, be brave and be specific. It's not about blaming them. It's about guiding them. Say, "It would really help me if you could just send a quick text when you're going to be late." Or, "I would feel so loved if we could have one night a week with no phones." And if you're the one asking the question, be prepared to listen with an open heart and a genuine desire to help. This conversation isn't a one-time fix. It's an ongoing dialogue that keeps your connection strong and resilient. It's a beautiful, loving way to say, "Your feelings matter to me, and I want to be your safe place." Building that kind of security together is one of the greatest gifts you can give each other in a relationship. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this conversation resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on building healthier, happier relationships. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What makes you feel secure in your relationship? Let's continue the conversation. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.